Yeah, a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun, maybe some snow. Who the hell knows? The Browns have won an unbelievable game. What a victory in a game that the Browns had no business winning. Remember in week 1, they had no business losing, and they lost. And in this week, they had no business winning, and they won. A completely inept offense. But the defense and the special teams put the team on its back, and the Browns win it. The Browns win it 13-10. Andre Schmidt, I was calling him shit. Now he's it. He's the man. He kicked a game-winning field goal from 55 yards. You all wanted to cut him. Fuck it, I wanted to cut him. Everybody but Jason Lloyd. We're never going to hear the end of it from Jason Lloyd. He's so obnoxious when he gets something right. Oh, my God. He's going to be so annoying on this one. And Dustin, too, didn't want to cut Andre Schmidt. And they were right. He's hit all his kicks the last 2 weeks, including the game. I know. Don't tell me. I know I was. You were all nervous for the extra point. And when he made the extra point to tie it, gave you a little confidence for the field goal, and he nailed it. Good for him, man. Good for him. I'll give Stefanski credit. They said they believed in him, and they didn't want to cut him after that first week. It was the right call. The Browns usually do everything wrong. In this case, they did it right. What a game. This is crazy. When the Packers scored the touchdown to go up 10-0 in the second half, in the third quarter. How much time was left when that happened? There was 3:23 left in the third quarter. I texted our chat group at the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I said, game's over. I'm sure a lot of you thought the game was over. The Browns just could not move the ball at all. They were completely inept on offense. And what makes this game even more amazing than the way they lost to the Bengals were inept on offense in the second half, but they had the lead. Like, the Browns still had to come back and win it. In this case, the Browns were completely inept. Packers had a 10-point lead, and somehow with essentially no offense, the Browns scored 13 points. And they were down 10-0. With 6 minutes to go. They hadn't moved the ball at all. I mean, you look at the Browns' drives. 8 plays, 30 yards, punt. 3, 6 yards, punt. 6 plays, 13 yards, punt. 9:37, interception. That's the first half. That's their 4 possessions. Third quarter, 3 plays, -8 yards. Punt. Second possession, 5 plays, 20 yards, punt. That's it. Then, first possession of the fourth quarter, 7 plays, 15 yards, punt. You can't be worse than the Browns were on offense for the first 50 minutes of this game. I don't think it's possible to play a worse stretch of offense for 50 minutes and then win a game. And it wasn't really the offense that did all that much. It certainly wasn't Joe Flacco. But I give credit to Quinshon Judkins, who ran hard in this game. He didn't have much room to run. He ends up with almost 100 yards on the game on 18 carries. If you look at it, and he had 1 catch for 1 yard as well. But 18 for 94 on the ground, and he got it going. And he was the one that got this game turned around after the Packers punted. Remember, the Packers had the ball up 10-0. Browns looking completely inept on offense. The Packers had gotten that big play, right? It was third. There was 11 minutes to go. Green Bay had a 3rd and 8 at their own 4-yard line, right? First of all, I think it ended up in the end working, I guess. I thought it was a terrible decision by Stefanski to punt with 11:42 to go. Browns down 10-0, right? Okay, hold on. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. But, okay, he punts, right? Great punt. They get him inside the 5. First 2 plays, not much. So the Packers have it 3rd and 8 at their own 4-yard line. Up 10-0. They complete a 34-yard pass, a great play from Jordan Love to Golden, the rookie, the first-round pick. He some good yardage after the catch. Gets 34 yards. So now it's 10.5 minutes to go. The Packers were up 10-0. For 50 minutes, the Browns' offense was completely inept. And then and they have a 1st and 10 after getting out of their own 4-yard line at their own 38. So you figure, okay, even if they don't score at that point, they're going to run a lot of the clock. But after that, they go really quick, 3 straight, and then a punt, right? Browns call a timeout with 9:25 to go. Then they get the ball at their own 20. Again, still 10-0 Green Bay. Browns have the ball, completely inept on offense. 9:26 to go in the fourth quarter. There's no signs of life. And what happens? Quinshon Judkins, left tackle for 14 yards. Nice play, first down. They go right back to Judkins. This one, an even better play. Gets to the Green Bay 28, 38 yards. So, an offense that had been inept the entire game. The longest drive they had until that point, I believe, was 37 yards. Yes, the interception drive was 37 yards. That was their longest drive until the back-to-back. In fact, Judkins' second run on that play on that series was longer than any drive the Browns had to that point. That one play. Think about that. So they get the first down at the Green Bay 28. All right. They go to Ford. He's useless. We know that. Then Fannin makes a nice grab. He breaks about 4 or 5 tackles. Great play. Gets down to the Green Bay 27. So in a 4-play stretch, you have 2 great runs by Judkins, a great run after the catch by Fannin, the 2 rookies doing it all. They get a penalty a couple plays later in the end zone on a 3rd and 9. If they don't call the penalty there, Browns kick a field goal. Okay, they ended up settling for a field goal. That drive still turned into a disaster. Like, if the Browns had lost, we would have looked back and said, they blew it there. There was a bunch of penalties. They had 1st and goal to 1. Then they commit a penalty. Eventually, they have to settle for a field goal. Schmidt hits it there. Okay, 10-3. Green Bay gets it back. They commit a penalty right off the bat. Okay, or it was on the kick, so it didn't really. It was still 1st and 10. So 2 plays, they get 7 yards. Green Bay's got a 3rd and 3 at their own 25. Again, they're still up 7. There's 3:18 to go. The Browns have, outside of 3 plays in the last drive, had not moved the ball all day. And Jordan Love with one of the all-time stupid passes. Now, credit to Delpit, great play. The Browns have not forced a turnover in forever. They do. He makes a good play. A terrible decision by Jordan Love. He made that earlier one where he took that sack from Schlesinger earlier in the game, which was such a stupid play. But that interception, that was the game. If they don't, even if the Packers punt there, there's no way the Browns in 3 minutes are marching down the field 80 yards to score a touchdown. It just was not going to happen. But the interception leaves the Browns at their own Packer 4-yard line, and 2 plays later, Quinshon Judkins gets his first NFL touchdown. It was awesome. Schmidt hits we're nervous. Schmidt hits because you know you're nervous. It's 3 minutes to go, and the announcer, Kevin Kugler? Yeah, Kugler. Kugler goes, the Browns are an extra point away from tying the game. And I know every one of you was thinking the same thing I was. Like, when he said that, I'm like, oh, God, he's going to miss this extra point. But he didn't, right? For once, some of these things started going the Browns' way after that, starting with the turnover. He hits the extra point. Okay, Packers get the ball. A big pass interference play on a pass to Romeo Doubs. Definitely pass interference, no doubt about that. Sets the Packers up in field goal position. At the 2-minute warning, Jacobs fumbles the ball. I know everybody was going nuts. They made the right call saying no turnover on that play. Let's be fair about it. And obviously everybody can be reasonable about it since the Browns won. There was no Stefanski was pissed, but there was no. I mean, all the replays we saw, you couldn't. It looked like maybe Jacobs had it with one hand, maybe the Browns had it. I don't know, but there was no clear recovery by the Browns, so the Packers keep it, and then the field goal is blocked. It's just an unbelievable play. Although I was a little, what's his name? Who blocked the? No, I can't think of it. It was Shelby Harris blocks the punt. So, and I'm looking at Shelby Harris. He's like, look at me. Well, go finish the play. Greg Newsome had a chance to pick it up and run, but the Browns get the ball, right? A penalty on Minnesota right off the bat, which was like, what were they doing? Green Bay, they had their head. Minnesota kicked the Bengals' ass. Green Bay had their head up their ass on that last drive. And then the one play Flacco made all day, he hits David Njoku, and they run. Because just before that, remember, there's 12 seconds left. The Browns have it at the Green Bay 45. They're not going to, the odds he makes, that would have been a 62-yard field goal from there. And even the announcers, Moose Johnson goes, well, 12 seconds is not enough. If they tackle him in bounds, they're going to run out of time. Well, they tackled him in the middle of the field, and the Browns, usually we talk about them not hustling, not being aware, sloppiness, laziness, none of that. They flew to the line of scrimmage, and they get there, they spike the ball, and Andre Schmidt comes on the field. He looked confident. He's taking a sip of water. Corey Bjorkes is the hold for him. Perfect hold, perfect kick, pretty much right down the middle. The Packers committed a penalty on that play, by the way. If he had missed, they would have gotten another shot, which is unbelievable. But he didn't miss. 55-yard field goal, and the Browns win this game. I mean, this is one of those games that you expect the Browns to lose, but this time they didn't. 221 yards of total. There was only 451 yards of offense total. Joe Flacco he was fucking horrible in this game. And even with the win, and I know there's no way they're going to bench him. They're going to stick with him coming off a win, and I get it. But he stinks, and I don't see how they could be any worse with a rookie quarterback. Because he averaged 3.3 yards per pass. I mean, that is astonishingly bad. But it didn't matter. They got the job done. Led by the rookies and Andre Schmidt. He's a rookie technically. Andre Schmidt with the game-winning field goal. Judkins making two big runs and then the touchdown run. Harold Fannin with a nice play. Carson Schlesinger had that big play. Just a great effort. The defense, again, offense terrible. Special teams, kudos to them. We were killing the special teams the first 2 weeks. Deservedly so. Special teams did a great job. The punting was excellent today. They made all three kicks. There were no breakdowns in returns. They blocked the field goal. Great job by the special teams. Great job. The defense was magnificent yet again. This offense for Green Bay had been great. Jordan Love, not much. They picked him off, which was big. He was 18 of 25, throwing the ball for 183 yards. Green Bay, for the most part, couldn't run the ball. Jacobs had that one big run. But 60, it was, I said he had one big run. It was 7 yards. That was his big run. The rest of the day, 15 for 23. That's less than a yard and a half. It's about a yard and a half per carry. But great job by the Browns in the running game. Total for the Packers, 31 carries, 81 yards, 2.6 yards per carry. The Browns won on a day where they didn't have 100 yards rushing, and the quarterback averaged less than 4 yards per attempt and had no touchdowns. I mean, that was it's hard to believe. So not much good to say about the offense outside of Judkins. Defensively, just an unbelievable game for Carson Schlesinger. Led the team with 10 tackles, had the blitz sack, had a tackle for a loss, a quarterback hit. Grant Delpit overall played a phenomenal game. He had the interception, which was obviously huge. That was the real game changer. Second on the team with 9 tackles. Devin Bush played well in this one. Myles Garrett had another half a sack and a tackle for a loss. Malik Collins had 1.5 sacks in this one. Mason Graham got a half a sack. Denzel Ward made some good plays. He played well in this game. I think it was Greg Newsome's best effort, but I mean, it's hard to complain about much. We talked about the punt block by Shelby Harris. He also had a tackle for a loss. Alex Wright had a nice sack in this game. So a lot of great contribution. The defense is playing out of their mind. It's such a shame. Obviously, I can't say the Browns should be 2-1 because they should have lost this game. They should have won the first game. You are what you are. The offense is beyond inept, and it's a shame because the defense is so freaking good. If the Browns had and I get it, they got issues on the offensive line. They got issues all over the offense. But if they had a really good quarterback, they'd be a good team. If they had a good quarterback and a good offensive line, then forget about it. Can't fix everything in a day. But it's a nice win. It's a really nice win. Looked like you're headed to 0-3 and headed to Detroit. Not pretty. Right now, feels like this Browns offense can't score on anybody, and it feels like the Browns defense, nobody can score on them. 2 of the 3 games so far, you had the Bengals-Browns game, 33 points. This game, 23 points. The Browns have only scored 46 points on the season. They're averaging 15.3 points per game. It's terrible, but the defense, even though the Ravens scored 41, if you know, you know. If you watch the game, you understand. The Browns defense is it's just a tale of two different teams. The offense is probably the worst in the league. The defense is probably the best in the league. We all knew the defense would be way better than the offense. I did not think the defense, I was saying it all off season. I thought defense would be good. I didn't think it would be outstanding. So far, it's been outstanding. It's what they have done against 3 really good defenses in Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Green Bay is beyond impressive. And you they talked about it on the broadcast, how they had a set of plays, Matt LaFleur, when Myles Garrett was out, because that sack that who had the sack? That I think it was the sack that Malik Collins and Aiden Huntington combined on, I think. I don't know. I can't remember now. But on that play, Myles Garrett got triple teamed. And I know the running back was just there for a second, but still, he got triple teamed. You got to make a play, and they did. And that's what they did. And we haven't often seen that. The Browns had 5 sacks in this game, and only a half was from Myles Garrett. The Browns had 6 tackles for a loss in this game, only 1 by Myles Garrett. The Browns had 7 quarterback hits in this game, only 1 by Myles Garrett. That is in zero way to knock Myles Garrett. It's to say that all the havoc he's causing, all the coverage he's expending is giving opportunities for guys. It has for years. But for once, the other guys, and they did to some degree in 23, but so far this year, and certainly today in particular, the other guys did what they had to do as Myles got double and sometimes triple teamed. Just an outstanding performance. The defense gets an A+. The special teams gets an A+. Great job. The punt, the field goal block, made all 3 kicks, including a 55-yard winner, and no breakdowns. The offense is a disaster. Outside of Quinshon Judkins, almost everybody on the offense gets an F. As a whole, the offense gets an F. It's terrible, but today the defense and the special teams, with a couple of plays, mostly by Quinshon Judkins, did just enough to get the job done. All right, let me get a drink, then we'll go through some YouTube chats. Unbelievable. All right. Oh, let's see what we got. Z says, Browns, baby, let's fucking go. Chip says, woo. Oh, he said, wow. Brandon, go Browns. Justin, what a game. Tweeter, our defense should play on offense too. We might have to. Okay, who's going to play quarterback? We'll have let's just play Myles at quarterback. Swessinger could be I like Schlesinger as the tight end. We could, or maybe Schlesinger's the running back. I don't know, but maybe you should play the Browns defense on offense. Sailor Tusk says we should award him a vowel. I assume talking about Andre Schmidt. M. Wolf says, good for that kid. Sports can be beautiful. It can be hard. It can be beautiful. That was great. Kudos to him and myself and everybody else who wanted him to cut should shut the hell up. Lil Miles, defense saved Kevin's piss poor offense. Is it really? I mean, yeah, blame Kevin to some degree. They don't have a lot of talent, and Joe Flacco stinks. Chip, we needed that. Chuck, they had no business winning that game. Guess that's why they play him. Absolutely. Michael says Stefanski is garbage. M. Wolves, also after our block, 2 kick sixes across the league. Yeah, that's true. Vikings had one. Sizzle, super happy getting the win. That being said, we win by 2-3 possessions with a competent quarterback. Brandon, did the Jets come back against the Buccaneers? The Bucs had a huge lead in that game. What's the final there? Oh, the Jets came back, but then the Buccaneers ended up winning it. I didn't watch any of that game. Baker went 19 to 29, 233 and a touchdown. He had 44 yards on the ground. Jets scored 21 in the fourth quarter, but the Buccaneers proved it 3-0. They win 29-27. I mentioned the Bengals got boat raced by Minnesota. I didn't really watch much of the game. Pittsburgh wins. They beat New England 21-14. As for the Guardians, let me give you the Guardians update. It's not good. The winning streak is going to come to an end. Now, listen, I know I said they got to win almost every game. They have won every game since I last said that. I was away for a few days. They'd won every game since I was away. Unfortunately, it looks like they're going to lose today. They scored 2 in the top of the first, but it's been all Twins since. They're up 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. The good news is the Tigers were losing. Are they still losing? Yes. Braves lead the Tigers. Oh, I think the Braves just scored again. So that's good. Yeah. Albies just got a double. So the Braves were, the Guardians would have been tied for first. Damn it. But they're a game out. They control their own destiny. If they win the series against the Tigers, they will have the tiebreaker. And the series is in Cleveland. But they're probably going to lose today. Let's look at the other teams we're keeping an eye on. Mariners and Astros play tonight at 7:10. And the Red Sox, what's going on with the Red? Why am I not seeing the Red? Oh, they play tonight also at Tampa, 7:35. So we'll keep an eye there. Unbelievable run by the Guardians while I've been away for good chunk of the last week. Again, they started the day a game behind Detroit in the division, and they started the day tied for the final wild card with the Astros. So hopefully the Astros, at this point, you got to root for the Mariners. But at worst case scenario, assuming the Braves hold on, you'll still be a game out of the division and a game out of the wild card. You control your own destiny with 6 games to go in the season. Or maybe the Guardians will, you never know. The way they've been playing, who the hell knows? I shouldn't say the game's over today, but they are down 4 runs with 1 at-bat left. So we shall see. I guess crazy things have happened. We'll keep an eye on that. And I'll have an announcement tomorrow about some bonus Ultimate Guardian shows this week, too. But for now, let me get to more comments about the Browns and this just wild game that they've just joining us. The Browns win 13-10. It was all about the defense and special teams. Andre Schmidt, who myself and many others wanted cut. I was cursing him out. I was calling him Andre shit. I'm the shithead. I was wrong. The Browns did the right thing and keeping him, and he was the hero today, along with an unbelievable performance, an A-plus performance by the entire Browns defense, and a couple of big plays by Quinshon Judkins, who came close to 100 yards on 18 carries. Let's see. Neanderthalis Naval, I thought we were dead when the defense didn't score a pick 6. Nah, I didn't. They were at the 4-yard line. I thought they had a chance. But, yeah, I mean, they were not going to tie this game if they didn't get that interception. There was no way. As inept as the offense was, there was no way they were marching down the field 75, 80 yards to score a touchdown in the final 3 minutes. They didn't have to. Dorian, I do not believe in the NFL scoring games, but no one is going to tell me Jordan Love was himself today. Someone else to explain. I mean, the pass was there's no fixing here, folks. It's not scripted. What? I mean, come on. Don't be an idiot. No offense. First win in 9 games, yes. Just the 4th since the start of last season. Let's see. Chip Woods, Eagles, and Jets both scored touchdowns on block. Oh, I didn't realize that that's how the Buccaneers won their game. That is wild. Ethan says, love you, Bull. Love you, Ethan. Folks, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all the loves. If you could hit the subscribe button, I'd very much appreciate it if you haven't done so already. Hi, B.A. Is that B.A. Baracus saying hi? Who else we got? Can't wait for the pressers. Miles the GOAT. Roger says defense and special teams won this game. Absolutely. Browns scored 10 points in 37 seconds with very little offense. Hard to believe. Catcher Spot says it's Gabriel time. Good job, defense. J. Allen Hall, reverse roles. That's how the Browns lose games. Jacob, that was our Super Bowl. Dominic, we have to have Flacco stop checking down. Aiden, do you have sleep apnea? I do. Let's see. Jacob, celebrating like that after moving to 1 and 2 is very Browns. Should they not sell? Is it the players or are you talking about me? Why shouldn't you be excited? The Browns won. They won a crazy game. They had no business winning, and the defense played great. What the fuck? Can't be excited about it? Andre the Giant, Randy Boy says. Yeah, he was Andre the Giant today. Music. Our team's still trash. Don't get it twisted. We deserve this. I don't know if we deserve this. Dominic, who cares if we deserve it? We outgained the first 2 opponents and still lost. Brandon, I would like to know why you can't place your door and why they're starting. Why you can't place? I think you meant to say place your door. Christopher, Jordan Love is mid. Get hype because people think he's destined to be the next backer Hall of Famer. I don't think he's destined to be a Hall of Famer. I think can be better than mid, but to this point in his career, he's been mid. You're right. Browns top 5 defense, bottom 5 offense, maybe 1-1. Talking and grubbing. There's no deserved wins and loses in the NFL. You either win or lose. Fair enough. Were you saying that after the Bengals game? A little fighting going on between people there. Let's see. Aaron says Mason Graham is legit. Yeah. It's fair to say. All right, folks. Love you all. Appreciate you all joining me today. I'll be on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show tomorrow. And stick around. I'll be live with Dustin Tuesday morning at 9 here in the Bullpen. I'll be live with Mary Kay Cabot Thursday at 9 in the Bullpen. I'll be on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show every day this week. Plus, we're going to have a few different episodes of the Ultimate Cleveland Guardian Show in the final week of the season. I'll tweet about it, and I'll talk about it on UCSS tomorrow when we finalize the plan. So, love you all. Have a great night. Please hit the subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks to Shane and Alex for producing today. Talk to you next time. Bullpen with Adam the Bull. Browns win 13-10. Unbelievable. Bye, everybody.